GM, happy Bow Tie Friday. I'm Austin Griffith, and I'm gonna try to deploy an app to base before my Uber driver gets here. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, let's go. So I'm gonna use Scaffold-Base, which is a fork of Scaffold-ETH. You can go to scaffoldeth.io to find out more about Scaffold-ETH, but I'm using Scaffold-Base. So I'm going to grab it and fork it. Let's go. That right there. Yes. So I'm going to git clone that Scaffold-Base. Here we go. I'm going to cd into Scaffold-Base and let's get it installed with yarn install, just following the directions here in the repo. Let's go ahead and get our code editor opened up so we can have a look at the code. All right, let's see what we got here. So most important thing, you've got hard hat or Foundry, and you can go to your contract here. And then you've got your Next.js, which is like your front end, and you've got your app and your page is there. And so we'll work on those two pieces. So the first thing is just getting your smart contract built. How do you want this thing to work? And we will be able to iterate on it using Scaffold ETH, which is this nice kind of scaffolding around a React app that auto injects your smart contracts into it. And let me just show you what I mean. So let's get a chain up and running, and let's get the front end up and running. And so now we have localhost up, and we don't have a smart contract deployed yet. So the third thing we need to do here is just do a yarn deploy. And that's going to ship our example smart contract to our front end. And it looks like it wants me, yeah, oh, okay. So right now I have my MetaMask connected, right? For local development, you might want to just use a burner wallet here. And this will let you just kind of have a quick web wallet that can make transactions without having to have like the dialogue come up and have errors with the nonce or the network. So we've got this burner wallet, and I've deployed an example smart contract, and it's just like a greeter contract, right? And I can say hello world here, and I can hit send. And there's, I don't know, there's some, extra logic here where if we send a little bit of value to this payable function, it'll flip this premium bit, right? And so let's say we want someone to send in at least that much ether and we make it premium, right? Let's do greater than or equal to. And let's go ahead and redeploy our contract. And then we'll go try this and make sure it works. So hello world, this should be premium now. If I do 0.001 and we take that times 10 to the 18, this is kind of a developer panel. And there we go. We set premium to true. So we've got a smart contract app. Maybe we want to read and write from some variable in the front end real quick, and then we'll deploy it live to base. So you'll tinker here for a while, but let's just come up with some address public. I'm going to call it a delegate. And then let's come up with some function that's like set the delegate, right? Yeah. And I think we want only the owner to be able to do that. It looks like there's an only owner modifier here. Let's throw that on there. All right. So let's go test this, right? Let's make sure that only the owner can set the delegate. And then if that works, we'll ship it. And the way we'll test it is not by writing a whole bunch of tests, which you should do eventually, but by just quickly kind of poking at it here in the front end. So let's see. We see that the owner is this address, which is actually the zero address of the chain that's running here. So we don't really want them to be the owner in the first place. So we'll get in and change we'll just change this. I'm just going to kind of copy this and yeah, we'll just send it in right here. That dude. I want that dude to be the owner. And then if we yarn deploy, is that dude the owner? Yep, sure enough. Like you can tell by the blocky. Okay, so now the owner should be able to set the delegate, right? So if I want to put in my ENS there and hit go, there we go. So I'm able to set the delegate as the owner. Now let's check the bad guy, right? Let's check the sad path. There's a happy path and the sad path here. So now we're kind of this green character here, and we'll grab some money from the faucet. Maybe we'll go set the greeting. Hey, I'm a bad guy, right? We can do that. That's fine. We can even pay for premium. It's, a censorship resistant system. Anybody can get in, and any, even adversarial parties, but let's make sure that they can't set the delegate. We don't want any random person to be able to hit send here. And sure enough, it says not the owner. It noticed that we're coming in from this green account, which is a bad guy, not from this purple account, which is the owner. And it correctly did not let them set the thing. So we've tested our delegate function. Let's write a tiny little bit of front end just to be able to set the delegate in the front end. So you see a little bit of that, and then we'll ship this app. Let's see. Hopefully my Uber driver. Oh man, oof, it's gonna be tight. We got time though. They're on their way, but I think we got time. So let's look at this page. We're gonna edit some things here. I kind of like how they have the address and the connected address here. Let's leave that and carve like everything else out. Okay, how does that look over here? There we go, down to just the connected address. And I really like that, how that's displayed there. And also, by the way, we need to use client at the top, right? Because this is doing all this server-side rendering stuff. Anytime you want to do client-side rendering, you've got to throw that in there. And it's already got the WAGMI hook. So if you use WAGMI, you can just go look at the WAGMI docs. If you're thinking for front end here, we're going to need classes. We use Tailwind CSS and Daisy UI, right? So you can hit all of those different things to learn about this. But here's the WAGMI hook that's giving me the connected address. I'm going to use another hook that's for or built within Scaffold-Base that uses some WAGMI hooks, but we handle a little bit of the extra stuff and make it a little nicer for you. And it's use scaffold contract read. It's kind of a mouthful, but that's the one we want. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our contract name. Oh, whoa, that was kind of cool. Contract name is going to be, watch this. So I don't know what that is. When it gets to this point, you basically have this thing that checks to see what is the name of the contract you've deployed. So it auto fills this stuff in, and it's going to be called your contract. And then, yeah, function name. What function do we want to call on our contract? Watch, it's going to give us a hint. Do we want to call delegate or greeting or owner or premium? I don't even know. What do we want to read? I think I want to read who the delegate is right now. And I don't think there's any uh, there. And this data will come in and we'll rename it to delegate. So now we should be able to see, here's your connected address. And let me copy all this. And now we'll have the delegate address, right? And let's throw that in right there. And let's see what we got on the front end. There we go. So now we have who's connected and who the delegate of the Spark contract is, which IDK what we're actually doing with this delegate. I'm just showing you how you can build a smart contract app quickly. But how about we do this? We have the delegate get paid. So the owner can call this withdraw function, but money that's locked up in this contract is paid out to the delegate for some reason. And I'm not even going to test that because I don't care about that piece of it. But yes, we're going to imagine that you, the developer, have built a really cool smart contract and you're deploying this app live to base, and this base starter kit is going to help you get that done quickly. But let's just imagine my contract is solid and we've tested it and it's ready to go and it's ready to launch. Let's go. The bow tie could just stay straight. We'd be set. Uh, let's add a little bit more UI here and let's put this thing out there. You've noticed how this like address component's really nice, right? Anytime you click on that address, it's going to take you to whatever the local block explorer is. It happens to be on localhost right now, so you'll go to local explorer, but as soon as we go to base, that'll go to base scan. There's also some other components like an address input, which I'm going to build next. Let's go. What I want is to set new delegate address, right? And so I'll have some address input here. And the value, right, will be maybe like new delegate. We'll come up with some new state variable. And then on change, there's like a value. And we'll set new delegate to the value. and it's not an item in the state yet, but that's okay. I think the GPT will recognize it. Yes, and give me that nice little state line. Oh, gotta import it. Yes. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so now what do we have? Yeah, sweet. We're getting some UI here. So we have the connected address is this address. What we need to know is who the owner is, right? Because if we can see the owner, so let's make another one of these for the owner. There we go. And now I can have an owner address and put owner there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So now we have who's connected, who the owner is. If you're the owner, then you can update the delegate address. We can set, I can type it in here and it's tracked in state, but we need a button, right? We're missing a button. Let's get one more thing in here and let's get a button. Oh, look at that. It knows what I want. Oh, yeah. Set delegate. That's what I want to do. I'll do the thing here. Yes, we will do a contract call. Oh, what did I do? What is it? Div right there, right? Yeah. All right, we're ready. Oh, some padding would be nice, huh? P4. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we need to do a call, right? We've only done reads. We need to do a write to the contract, right? But it's going to work the same way. But it's just going to be so something's going to come back here, and this will be use scaffold contract write. And let's see, let's just see that come up in the yeah, right there, right? And we'll have a contract name and what's the function name we want to call. I want to see it auto. There we go. Set delegate, right? It tells us, it looks up the functions that we can write to. And then the args, right, are going to be the new delegate that we need to be tracking in state. There we go. Whoops. Oh, broke it. Fixed it. Okay, now there's this thing that comes back here called write async. This is a function that we can call that's going to execute this. And let's just rename that to set delegate. And then we'll call that boop, 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 right here. Is it going to work? Please work first try. Please work first try. Jacob's on his way with my burger. Oh man, I gotta hurry. All right, let's go. Can we set the delegate to ATG by clicking the button? Something happened. It made a transaction. It's at the delegate. Okay. And let's see, can a bad guy not? Let's make sure that a bad guy gets in here. And the bad guy, this purple dude right here, loads up, got some money, and he's like, I think Vitalik.eth should be the delegate. And it's like, nope, you're not the owner, bro. Sorry. Perfect. All right. So our app is ready to ship. We've built a smart contract. We've built a front end. We'll probably hide this debug contracts, clean some more things out, style it up the way we want, get rid of the scaffolding, right? Once the beautiful building is built, you can tear down some of the scaffolding. Of course, we've got faucets and wallets and a lot of stuff that you're going to need for your users. For instance, if they connect their wallet and they're on the wrong chain. Let's just pick the wrong chain here. And it's like, hey, you're on the wrong chain. What are you doing? You can just click this button to switch to the right chain and it'll bump you over to the right chain. And so many little components like that, they're going to be built into your app thanks to Scaffold-Base, right? Scaffold-Base. So let's ship this thing, right? How hard is it once I've got my app built locally to put this thing out on base? It's actually pretty cool. What we'll do is we'll generate a deployer account. So this is a local account that is only going to hold just enough money to deploy your contract and nothing more. It's hidden in the get ignore, so it's going to be a hard to even commit this thing to get, which is what you want. You want this one-time use account that is very hard to commit. You don't want that thing landing in GitHub, and that's what this kind of handles for you. The yarn generate just takes care of all of that behind the scenes, and then you do a yarn account, which will give you a nice QR code. You can open up your Coinbase wallet with some base ETH. All you need is a little bit of base ETH here. I am going to use a slightly different wallet. I'm going to use a Punk wallet, which works on base and can move lots of different coins and stuff built with Scaffold ETH1. But let's send in a little base here and let's deploy this contract. Now, at ETH London, I deployed a contract to base for 2 cents. But since then, the blobs have become higher priced because of more traffic. So I'm going to put in like $5 here. I know it's not going to cost $5 to deploy, but I want it to go on the first try. So here we go, yarn deploy. And instead of Yarn Deploy would just ship it to my local chain, right? You'll notice Yarn Deploy is shipping it here. Oh, and by the way, you might even want to do like a Yarn Deploy reset and you can force a new contract to come in here. Isn't that kind of nice? You see that contract showing up. This is all on Hardhat on our local network. What we want to do is Yarn Deploy dash dash network base. Then this is it. This is how you ship a smart contract to base. You use your Coinbase wallet or another wallet to send a little bit of base ETH into that one little address, just a couple of bucks, just enough to send. And then you do a yarn deploy network base and out it goes. Oh no, I don't have enough money. Actually, let's check something. Yeah, we definitely don't want console log in on a mainnet deploy. So let me pull that out, and there's probably some console logs here we can take out of our contract. So then it's probably a lot cheaper to deploy. And let's see if that works. If not, I'm gonna have to send in some more money. That means that like, yeah, oof. That means that it's kind of expensive to deploy on base right now. But things will scale. Base will scale. Oh man, even my transactions are having a hard time going through. So many different parts of this whole stack are going to scale, and this stuff is going to become cheaper and cheaper. And it's obviously a goal of the base team to, oof, I gotta get this contract out here. This is going to be the hardest part is paying enough gas to get my contract out on the network. What are we at now? Let's see. There, yeah, I've got 0.002. Yeah, that's probably not enough. All right, let's send some more. Come on. Let's just keep, I wanted it to work first try. It did not. Okay, let's try again. There's some more money. Let's keep loading this thing up until it goes. But yarn deploy dash dash network base and you deploy. There it went, right? There now that contract is out. Uh, if you want, we could look at base scan, right? We can go to a disinterested third party and put in this address and see that 15 seconds ago this was deployed for $10, which is a lot with gas at this price because blobs are so expensive. It won't always be like this. You'll be able to, like I said, I deployed a contract for cents. It'll get to that. It'll get closer to that again soon as blobs scale and we figure out the market and stuff. But now your smart contract is deployed at whatever cost. And now you need to put your app on base. So we're going to go to the scaffold config and there's a base right here. We want to go just chain base. Yeah, just that. And I'm gonna maybe speed up my polling time and maybe allow burner wallets, but you don't need to do any of that. That's just these are just little things for me to do a demo here. You probably want to turn your burner wallets off once you go to production. But now let's see what we got here. Okay, so it's noticing that my wallet, my MetaMask that's connected is not on base and it's bumping me over to base, which is really nice. But I don't even want to use that wallet. I want to just stick with my burner wallet that I was using because I've got some base on it and it's also the owner of this smart contract. And if I go to my app, here it is. So this is the app on base. And notice if I click on my address now, it's going to take me to base scan, like we were talking about earlier, that address component. Oh man, Jacob is minutes away. So the last piece I need to do is to yarn Vercel YOLO prod. And that's going to take my app and it's going to ship it to Vercel. And so then I will have a front end. What is this? Base deploy, something like that, right? Yes. So now I will have both a front end and a smart contract. So right now, anybody can actually get to and set this delegate using something like Etherscan or even like ABI Ninja. If I grab this, I could go to ABI Ninja and do the same thing. But no one wants to do that. No one wants to interact with your smart contract through Etherscan. They want to use a nice UI, and that's what this page is for, and why we built that React out and had the read and write hooks. Uh, so right now I'm still on localhost. It will take a while for this app to deploy, probably longer than it takes my Uber driver to get here. So to finish this out, I'll just like finish up on localhost. But by the end, we will have an app that's at a public URL. So you've gone from I cloned the repo to I deployed a thing to a public URL. I've got my owner here, and I'm going to set the delegate to I'm going to set it to punk.austingriffith.eth. There we go. That is the new delegate once I hit this button. And you'll notice that there are no pop-ups because I'm doing this with a burner wallet, but this is on live production base and I am paying real money for each one of these transactions. I've got $3.60. Let's see how much it costs to set the delegate. It's going. It's going. It's done. The delegate is set. The app worked. Ooh, $2. It was like 50 cents, right? Yeah. So we are in a hot period of L2 adoption where new users are coming in quickly, and the market for blobs is dynamic and expensive right now, but soon this will be pennies to do again. And when that happens, a new class of users will be flowing in, able to use these awesome decentralized apps and get on chain for much less. And you as a builder can use Scaffold-Base to build production level blockchain applications that deploy to base, and your users can use them, and it takes like 1 minute. And there we go. I think I actually got this thing deployed before my Uber driver got here. Come on, let's go to, oh, what do I mean, isn't it just here? Why do I have to log in, bro? I just want to go to the app. Hmm, hmm, guess not. Where's my app deployed? Let's see. Maybe I have to go here. Oh, okay. Let's just log in real quick. I'm sorry. The burger's got to be here soon. I want to visit it. I want to just go to the app. There it is. There's the app finally live. This base app I built in like 30 minutes. You can build one too. You start by grabbing this base Scaffold-Base starter kit from Build Guild. You edit your contracts. You kind of poke around using this Scaffold ETH front end and debug your contracts. You deploy your contract live, then you deploy your app live, and your users can come use your app on chain, get on chain, go deploy awesome apps on base. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Thanks for coming along. See y'all later. I beat the Uber driver. He's going to be here anytime, and I'm going to eat a burger. Woo! See ya. Happy Bow Tie Friday. Yeah.